It's hot, cool, sus. I hate essays. What sort of person am I, and what do I want out of life? Difficult, that, isn't it? To tell the truth, I'm an excitable adolescent head case, and I want everything for nothing and more. You can't say that, can you?
Does who you are determine the things you do, or do the things you do make you who you are? At 19, Ali Stephen is still finding out. Apart from his interest in the music scene, he didn't have any clear idea of what he wanted to do after leaving school. His search took him into hotel work, a local newspaper office, a restaurant, and through several periods on the dole. But unhappy with his lack of direction, Ali decided things had to change.
I did various courses, unemployed centres and what have you, working in pubs, that sort of thing. I started a part-time photography course. But again, I was just absolutely sick of having no money. So I decided to do something drastic, like go down the job centre. I wanted something different, I wasn't quite sure what. And sales sort of caught my attention. You know, thought it'd be a bit of a challenge. And as it happened, there was a job advertised, the one I'm in now. I went, got an interview for 2 days later. And then another 2 days after that, you know, he phoned me up and said, "You've got the job." I was very honest. I didn't tell him that I was something that I'm not. I didn't tell any lies. I openly admitted that I wasn't well, I didn't like school. I wasn't very good at it. And that I left school pretty early. But, I mean, I think he respected me for being honest. And I managed to sell myself to him. Therefore, he obviously thought I could sell his product.
Ali had asked himself what he wanted from life and what he had to offer in return. He decided he wanted more money, that he had an outgoing personality and a willingness to have a go. So he turned himself into a salesman, something he thought he couldn't do.
You've got to psych yourself up mentally to say, right, you know, I'm going to somebody that I've never seen before in my life, and sort of break down the barriers and get a conversation going. And sometimes people will put up the barriers, and it's a lot harder to actually make contact. But I don't actually, once I've actually walked through the door and I see the person that seems to go, it's just not knowing what's around the corner. You know what I mean? What you can't see, you worry about.
Hello, is that Christine? Yes, it's Alistair. Yes, I've just made a call down on Eastgate, and we've got a company called Richard Reed and Company, and they would like a quote doing on a small run machine, possibly a 755.
I wouldn't, you know, go out with my friends with the suit on. It's just, it doesn't make me any different a person. I mean, I'm still me, but it just so happens that I wear one set of clothes for half a day, and another set of clothes for the other half a day. Education was just a mental block. I just couldn't stand it at all. I just rejected school completely. It was the best thing I ever did, you know, leaving at the time. Of course, I regret it now. I feel I could have achieved a lot more, perhaps, if I had stayed on and done the A-levels. But at the time, that was it, you know. Everybody at school thought I was crazy when I didn't apply to go down the pit. And they all did, and they're all working there now. I just refused to crawl around in a hole for the rest of my life. At 16, you know the big wide world's out there, but you've never actually experienced what it's all about. You hear what people tell you. Until you actually go through that yourself, and you've got no idea. Nobody has. I always thought it was going to be pretty easy, you know, but it's a long uphill struggle. It's damned hard work just to get anywhere in life. And it's not all it's made out to be in the the glossy mags and the careers officers, you know. It's completely different. I'm willing to work if the benefits are there. I mean, if the benefits aren't there, it's a waste of time me working, you know. I'm not going to work for sort of £40 a week or whatever for the rest of my life. But if I could achieve things in that job, if they're actually there and all I have to do is work to get them, then I will. You know, it'll be good for me, it'll be good for him.
No job can ever give you everything you want. In return for a regular wage, Ali gave up some of his time. But it didn't change who he is.
Your own identity and your own character is very important. Don't forget who you are and try and realise who you are. And don't put yourself down, because I spent a lot of time putting myself down for not going to school or not getting qualifications or just, you know, drifting from one place to the other. When you realise who you are and you realise your own character, you know, stick with it. Don't forget it, don't lose it. If you don't know yourself, then you don't know anybody.
You got to choose the job, you got to find the job, apply for the job, then get the job. Is it a good job, bad job, odd job, part-time, full-time? Who knows? Smart time, dull time. Would I go? It's the job rap. It's like a trap. I don't know if I want to be a part of that. Okay, let's say that one fine day that you've got the job. So now you've got the job. You got to do the job, enjoy the job, and keep the job down. Right down. Is it a factory job, an office job, job in the country, job in the town? Choose, find, apply, do, enjoy, and keep the job down. Right down. It's the job rap. It's like a trap. I don't know if I want to be a part of that. Trap, 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 de trap, trap, trap. Don't wake me up because I want to have a nap. I've got to go to work and I've got to take me snap. I've got a nice big salad bap. Where's my briefcase? Don't get in a flap. It's a rap. I mean a trap. I mean hand clap.
My 13th birthday and I saw David Bowie on Top of the Pops singing Starman, and that's what I wanted to be, a singer in the best group in the world. And from the time I was 13 on, that was all that went through my mind. I mean, I got 2 A-levels, but they were flukes, really. I just scraped through because that was all I knew I had to do. And I was always good at art. And my mum always used to, she even says, no, you'd have been good at art college. I think they expect you to paint the next Mona Lisa, you know, if you get a good grade at a certain, you know, in art. I used to get A's all the time in art. And, but once I heard music, the way that when music inspires you, that's all you want to do for the rest of your life. Painting pictures never really inspired me, because it was really easy for me. I knew I could do things like that. But the challenge of singing and writing songs was like another world. You know? And I think that when you're a kid, that's what you want. You don't want to be told you'll be a good bank clerk. You want to be told you can do something that is difficult. You motivate yourself. The more people say you can't do something, the more you think you can. If people really want to do something like be in a group, they can do it really easily. And not necessarily make a lot of money, but at least enjoy something about their lives. You know? I think that's what people need, rather than you can only hang around street corners for so long before it starts becoming dangerous.
Knowing who you are and what you should do with your life doesn't come easily. It takes time and effort to find out what you can do or even what you would like to do. Some people never find out, but others are more lucky. 16-year-old Clifton Bryan already knows he wants to be a professional dancer.
I started dancing when I was 10ish, something like that, but I don't really call that dancing myself, what we did then. I really started dancing about 3-4 years ago, I'd say. 4 years ago. That was when I joined the youth group. I can't really say when my mind was really made up, because I was still in two minds, because sometimes I wish I carried on playing football and things like that, but I think dancing is what I have to do. I don't think there's much else I'm good enough to become fairly rich at,
What's the last one on your
apart from dancing.
Then the left, then the right. And then after that, you turn. Okay, try it from the...
What I like about dancing is the going to places. I think what I like the most is the posing on stage and the applause for posing. I think that's what I like the most. The money to me is no big deal, because I don't know any other profession where you get as many laughs, as many dramas, any kind of feelings apart from in dance. I don't know any other profession where you can get that. You're concentrating on what you're doing. I think you feel almost everything. You know about the audience. You know about you on stage. You know about the other people on stage, the people in the wings. You know that your legs are aching, your body's aching, but you just know what's going on. You don't really feel anything really apart from alive.
Following Pamela.
Clifton dances with the Hare Hills Youth Group in Leeds. The group was formed 4 years ago. Now, no fewer than 12 former members are dancing professionally, with 6 more undergoing professional training. Clifton intends to follow the same route.
I don't think I try and base myself on anyone, but I think the people that I admire the most has to be Harlem Dance Theatre and Arthur Mitchell. They are the people in the dance world for me. But when I see Harlem, I get up and I move, and I do the things that they're doing till I can do them. I go with a tingling after watching them. I don't really get out with any other company. I think they're a very, very unique company in that way.
You've got 1, 2, 3, then you fling.
You have to have class to dance with them though. And that's going to take a very, very long time to get. Very long time.
No, not 24, 12, because you told the perimeter's 12. Okay? So, let's try that as step 1.
School wasn't always as understanding as Clifton would have liked when it came to making allowances for the extra time he needed for training and performances. His schoolwork had to be done as well.
There were times when we've had performances and I haven't had time to give me revising a chance, so I'll be dancing all the time. Then there's the day before the performance, and the day of the performance, and I'll say, oh, I've got to revise for next time because I haven't revised it, and then there'll be sort of a conflict. Oh, but you've got to come to performance, and all this kind of thing, and that was bad. I wouldn't revise till say 10 o'clock in the night, and by the time 2 o'clock came up, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, maybe sometimes 12 o'clock, I'd be asleep after the performance. It didn't help much, but I got through it.
Another problem was the attitude of classmates who didn't understand what he was trying to do.
Well, in the early days, there was all this puffer thing. That all went though after a few little fights and things. That all went. The only way you could have gained their respect and get treated like all of them was to go around and be some kind of bully. And I hate bullying, but that's what to just do that kind of thing to gain respect. And once they actually understand what it's about and know how much work you have to put in, then they'll stop all the talk.
Walking your own time.
I've done about 9 or 10, choreographed about 8, 9, 10 dances for the youth group, and I think in only about 2, there's a couple of steps that aren't mine. And when I choreograph a dance, every single movement flash of the eyelid to when they breathe is my move. Falling like an angel is a takeover of people, of minds, of bodies, of everything. Soft agony, torment, things like that. It's basically about takeover of say a city or a town or a little village, and of two people in particular. That this certain thing was taken over. It could be anything. That it's more or less an abstract piece. So it's basically about what happens with them two people.
Although only 16, Clifton has had over 4 years' experience of dance. His father, though, still thinks he should concentrate on his schoolwork, and his mother would prefer it if he became a doctor. But through dance, Clifton has discovered who he is and what he wants from life.
What I want to do is go through London Contemporary. I think I only want to stay at London Contemporary for about a year and a half, 2 years. And from there, I want to join the company. And from there, I want to join Harlem. That's about it. But those ambitions are so big. It's going to take so much work. Just giving up most things for dance. You have to think dance, eat dance, sleep dance. Everything is dance. You rarely go pictures, you go to performances. You rarely look at photographs of your grandma on the seaside, just dance pictures. It's just giving up everything for dance. If I finish a course at London Contemporary, and I'm only good enough to be in a fringe company, I don't think I'll be a dancer. I think I'll have to work hard to become a top-rate dancer. And if I don't make it as a top-rate dancer, second rate one ain't good enough.
Clifton Bryan has taken the first step towards his dream of performing with the Dance Theatre of Harlem. He's now at the London School of Contemporary Dance. Ali Stephen gave up being a salesman after 3 months when he lost interest. He now intends to be a minicab driver. It's not easy to know who you are. You have to work at it.
Look around, look at friends and relatives that you've got, to people at school, and say, are they happy in work? And many people are misplaced. They're working in a job that they don't like, and that takes up a large proportion of their life. So it's very important that people realise if they have a skill, they might not have even thought about it. It might be that they're very patient. It might be that they can persevere at things, that they're persistent. And that is a skill that can be utilised. And it's very important because, especially when the job market today is so incredibly competitive, if a person leaving school starts something and finds they are misplaced and they're not socially at ease or they're not developing within that job, then their confidence suffers. And that makes it all the more harder to get the next step along the ladder. And it's so easy to become discouraged by just looking at their job figures. If somebody assesses their skills correctly and assesses what they have to offer in a realistic fashion, and that isn't to say that one wants to kill any ambition in them, but then it's going to get them into a position where they are doing something they enjoy that much quicker.